Day everyone. Right now we're going to talk about the check number 2.
Self-check number 2. Question number 1. What is the equity ratio of NG's place? What are the implications of the debt to equity ratio of the NG's place?
So thank you so much, Mira. So again, for self check number 2, we are being asked for the to solve for the equity ratio as well as to its implication on the debt to equity ratio of NG space. So now let's start and I will show you guys how we get such answer. So now let's start. So we base our answer to the based on the financial report given that was being posted again in the LMS. So there, as you can see, the formula on how we are going to get the debt to equity ratio. We need to divide the total liabilities to its total equity. So here, based on the financial report given, there we base here the answer. So let's go back to the answers. So there, as you can see, the process on how we get the debt to equity ratio of Inches Place, we divide the total liabilities to its total equity. So the total liabilities, which is amounting to 55,056 pesos, divided by 92,147 pesos. There we get answer of 0.59, and then there you get the 0.596, or when you round it off you get 6.60 or 60%. So that's how we come up to that such answer. So now let's tackle about the soft check number 2 implication. So since the debt to equity ratio is amount of a business that is owned by the bank versus the amount owned by the own shareholders is specifically measured. Given the Inches Place have 0.60 equity ratio, which we cannot instantly imply that it is considered as an healthy ratio, since it only implied that 60% of their source of funds interdepend on its liabilities. Although, from a research stand, an equity debt ratio of 0.4 or less are regarded desirable, whereas debt ratio of 0.6 or above make borrowing money more difficult. But if ever that they will able to make a profit that is higher from their obligation, the shareholders and the business itself will be beneficial of it. But if they generate lower profit from its entire liabilities, the business can result to bankruptcy. So, um, as long as the shareholders and the owner of the company benefits from each other, then it is a healthy implication. But if ever the owner and its shareholders or the investors doesn't benefit anymore, then that business will resort to bankruptcy.